If your offer doesn't make you lose a little bit of sleep, it's not a good enough offer. If your offer doesn't make you uncomfortable, it's not a good enough offer. If your offer doesn't make you extremely nervous, then that offer is not good enough because you're not entitled to people's attention. I'm not entitled to have you here. Some of you got introduced to me in the year 2020 during the middle of the COVID pandemic. I was giving away a course for free that I used to sell for thousands of dollars, and I gave away one of my greatest resources in my company that have produced millions of dollars in product sales. So it got me to get you to help me introduce myself to more people and deliver more value to more people. Because at the end of the day, I'm in it because I want to deliver value. I'm a marketer and I'm obsessed with the subject of attention. There is a science behind it, and I have done some very, very amazing things with this thing called marketing magic, which really is not magic, obviously. It's a very, very powerful word, but magic is something that is not accessible to the masses. Just like marketing in the way that I do it is not accessible to the masses, that's why I call the book Marketing Magic. When you push a little bit more than the rest, when you try to go beyond what the regular marketers, brand builders, entrepreneurs, and so on, they do, that's when you win. The real marketers, they win because they keep on pushing and figuring out strategy and growth hacking and leveraging opportunities. That's what it's all about. This book revolves around the subject of marketing magic. How can you get attention at scale at the lowest cost possible? If you look at the title of the book, it says how I produced 7 billion views, 50 million social media followers, and $250 million in yearly revenue without paid advertising. Not many people can say that. Not many people can actually say it and it to be true. And I, for one, I can say it is true. And if you know me, you know that I have been communicating and I've been very open about what I accomplished, my success, about my numbers. I show people the ins and the outs of my business and I lay it all out. And there's a lot of magic to it. I'm only going to write my first book once in my life. So in the entirety of the rest of my life, I will never be able to do this again. And that's the reason why I have done something that made me feel extremely uncomfortable, which, by the way, here's a marketing lesson if you're ready for this. If your offer doesn't make you lose a little bit of sleep, it's not a good enough offer. If your offer doesn't make you uncomfortable and feeling like you went beyond what you should have done, it's not a good enough offer. If your offer doesn't make you extremely nervous, then that offer is not good enough because you're not entitled to people's attention. I'm not entitled to have you here. Some of you got introduced to me in the year 2020 during the middle of the COVID pandemic. I was giving away a course for free that I used to sell for thousands of dollars called the Facebook Masters. I went crazy and I gave away one of my greatest resources in my company that have produced millions of dollars in product sales. So it got me to get you to help me introduce myself to more people and deliver more value to more people. Because at the end of the day, I'm in it because I want to deliver value. Like if I go back to the Marketing Magic book right here, there is a chapter called Lessons I Learned from My Most Valuable Mentor. I already have succeeded at a very large scale beyond my wildest dreams financially. So I'm really not in it for money at this point. I'm really in it for impact and for helping as many people as possible and for legacy building. It didn't start like that. The early stages of my career, I was in it because I had to put food on my family's plates and because I had a necessity to survive. And that was different. It's a different motivation than now. But lesson number 1, okay, you can see here, this is a page number 4 from my book, Marketing Magic. The chapter is called Lessons I Learned from My Most Valuable Mentor. And it says, lesson number 1 is about purpose, not money. One of the first lessons my father taught me was that a business should never be just about money. It should be about purpose. He demonstrated this throughout his life. And it was clear that he was far more interested in helping others than how many sales were made. In today's social media dominated world, the brands that make a significant impact are those that effectively use their superpower to help others. No matter what type of business you have, it has the potential to improve someone's life. If you don't have that clear, you're going to struggle. Sure, you might get lucky enough to generate some money, but at some point, that's going to die out if you're not working towards building something that will last for generations. In other words, a legacy. Within the world of social media, legacy represents the everlasting content you leave behind on digital platforms, immortalized for future generations. I'm going to read you the last paragraph here. My father is now reaching more people than he did while he was alive across various platforms. His superpower continues to help others. Even though he's no longer with us, his legacy remains vibrant and alive today. It was never about money for him. It was about purpose and legacy.